Today we will show you how to install a Tekonsha T1 connector, part number 11836. This wiring application will fit the 2021 Ford Bronco Sport, all styles. So that is what we have here today. Before you begin, be sure to familiarize yourself with all the parts included in the instructions. For this installation, we'll be using the following tools. To start the installation, you must first open the hatch and remove the flooring that covers the spare tire. Next, use a 10mm socket or wrench to remove the 10mm bolts on the inside of the threshold, starting on the driver's side and moving along the piece to the passenger side. Then, remove the plastic threshold cover as well as the styrofoam cargo trays from around the spare tire and set them aside. You'll also need to partially remove the side panels from this area. The next step is to unscrew and remove the plastic taillight cover on both the driver and passenger sides of the vehicle and push the rubber grommets into the wiring holes to allow clearance for the T-connector's wiring. From inside the trunk on the driver's side, feed the vehicle wiring connectors through the taillight's wiring hole. Once through, pull the rubber grommet back into position to hold the wires in place. Insert the T1 connector end with the yellow wire between the vehicle wiring connectors and lock it into place. Then, reinstall the taillight. Find the red and blue wire and run it along the threshold towards the passenger side of the vehicle. Once there, repeat the process of feeding the vehicle wiring connectors through the taillight's wiring hole and pull the rubber grommet back into position to hold the wires in place. Then insert the T1 connector end with the blue and red wire between the vehicle wiring connectors and lock it into place. Then reinstall the taillight. Back on the driver's side, find a suitable grounding point near where you will mount the T-connector's black box. Once you find a suitable point, use an existing ground stud or drill a 3/32 inch hole. Be careful not to drill into the vehicle's floor or bed. Then secure the white ground wire using the eyelet and screw provided. Use a yellow butt connector to connect one end of the black 12-gauge wire to the black power wire located on the T-connector's black box. Then mount the T-connector's black box to the grounding point you previously located using the double-sided tape provided. Staying at the rear of the vehicle, run the 12-gauge wire along the floor of the vehicle on the driver's side and down through the slit in the grommet on the floor, located just behind the back seat. At this point, you'll want to raise the vehicle or get underneath it and run the black wire along the frame rail, securing it with cable ties. Toward the front of the vehicle, making sure to avoid any hot pipes, heat shields, the fuel tank, and any other points that may pinch or break the wire. Route the wire up along the firewall into the engine compartment of the vehicle. Cut the fuse holder wire, then connect the other end of the fuse holder to the black 12-gauge wire using the yellow butt connector. Attach the ring terminal and secure it to the vehicle's positive battery cable. Reconnect the vehicle's negative battery cable and install the 15-amp fuse into the yellow fuse holder you removed earlier in the installation. Once you've secured the black 12-gauge wire and reconnected the negative battery cable, move back to the rear of the vehicle and test your T-connector to make sure your connections are solid. Reinstall the plastic trim panels, the threshold, storage covers, floor covering, and any other items that may have been removed during the installation. This concludes the installation for a Tekonsha T1 connector, part number 118836. For more information on this and other great Tekonsha products, visit Tekonsha.com.